Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you in lovely professional university Edu-Webinars. My name is Dalvinder Kaur and I'm your host for today's webinar. As I can see, people are still joining, so let's wait for a few more minutes that everyone can join. Till then, let me take you all on a virtual tour of our beautiful university. So here it is.
Finishes at 90 meters, 23.
Thanks everyone for watching this video and thanks everyone for calling. Let's talk about the call response. Is this video real or AI? No, this is absolutely real video. No AI is harmed in making this video. So for the people who wants to see this video once more, again, I'll share the link in the chat box later in 2-3 minutes. So as I can see, everyone has joined. So let's dive into today's topic, that is sustainability in design, designing eco-friendly forms for a sustainable future. Before we proceed further, allow me to introduce the experts of that day. Dr. Chandar Mohan, Assistant Professor, Department of Interior Design, lovely professional university. With over 2 years of academic and research experience, their work blends materials and creative design thinking to develop future-focused responsible design solution. So now I would like to introduce the admission nominee also in this webinar, Mr. Ashish Kumar Sharma. With 15 plus years of experience, currently working as a zonal head in types and public relations at lovely professional university. Before we proceed further in today's session, I would like to request everyone for any questions you can write in the chat box or in the Q&A box, and same web address from my side in the end of this. Now I'm going to hand over this session to our expert, Dr. Chandar Mohan, and it would be an absolute delight to listen from him. Over to you, Dr. Chandar Mohan. And I'll be joining you all as an attendee, as it's always great to learn something. Over to you, Dr. Chandar.
Thank you, Dalvinder ma'am, for the introduction. And now we are going to have a lesson on the, as you have suggested, on the sustainability and how the sustainability helps everyone to understand the environment and what we have to do regarding the sustainability. In just one moment, I have to share my screen.
Yes, please.
screen is, please say yes or no. The screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir, the screen is visible. You can continue, Dr. Chandra.
Now we are going to have a discussion on the sustainability. I'm Dr. Chandramohan as the I'm currently working as the assistant professor and as a head of labs in the School of Interior and Furniture Design at Lovely Professional University. So before moving to the sustainability, we are going to have a discussion on the tragedy of commons. And in very brief, the sustainability is the thing or process or a scenario where we have to focus on today's need without compromising the future needs. Or so we have to start. We are going to start with the tragedy of commons. What is this tragedy of commons and how it is related with the sustainability? So a very short story of Professor Get Hardin. He was maybe it is about 55 years old story. Articles that he has published about the tragedy of commons. He has focused on few aspects that are related with today's world and to the human beings, to the environment, to the society. So he has focused on the environmental degradation, how the resources are degraded over the period of time, and how these resource deteriorating or exploiting with the population growth. As all of us are aware about the availability of natural resources, these are limited, and the privatization of land, which is a huge which has a huge impact in today's life and on the sustainability as well. So for us, what does this common means to you? So basically, common means a thing or the resource that is available for all and that we exploit for our private gains, like the air or like the water and the other resources. So what are some commons that you can think of? So we are going to discuss this in detail. So air, no one owns, but it is available to all of us, and we utilize it for breathing and for to extract oxygen, nitrogen from it, and for other purposes as well. Water in the oceans and the rivers, it is also available to all of us, and no one has right over them, but we used to exploit it for our private gain. Also, fish in the sea, which is also available to all of us and to the humanity, and we used to exploit those resources for our private gain to feed the human beings and to feed other animals or other things. So ocean, this is one of the common resource for all of us. So the air and the plants that are there, which used to provide the oxygen to all of us, not they don't discriminate with any of us. This is the very important thing about these common resources to all of us. So air and the sky, the fish in the ocean. So imagine Professor Harding parable involves a pastor that is open. Uh, he has written a story or a short story regarding the pasture that is open to all. He asked us to imagine the grazing of animals on the common ground. So if some of you are from the rural background, so you know that there are some common grounds which are open to all for grazing of animals and pets that are there. Those are living in the households of a common man. And this story is about that common ground and which is used for the grazing of the animals. So individuals are motivated to add to their flocks to increase their personal wealth. So it's an interesting story. So at start, the farmers that are there in that particular village, we can consider a village around which there is a ground which is available to all the farmers that used to stay in that particular area. And the farmers used to sell their milk to the nearby city, and they used to gain some profit, and they used to buy the products that in the city. So let's say at starting there were only few cattle or there in the field. So they used to raise that field. And for the profit, they started adding more animals like this. Then they have earned profit and they used to get more profit. They start adding more animals to that field. The thing is that the grazing field is limited, and all of you are aware that the trees, the plants, and the other resources which are replenishable in the nature are having a particular rate of. So in general, the trees and the plants which are there used to be or which are known to be as the green grass, they having the yield of about 20 to 40 tons per hectare per year. So the growth rate is limited. But here in this situation, the farmers used to add the more cattle to that field. So the rate of growth of that is fixed, but the rate of consumption was increased by the adding of those animals. So here, every animal added to the total rates a small amount. So every we have discussed this. Although the degradation for each additional animal is small, but overall, this small cumulatively accounts for the large amount or large grazing of the field for the owner's benefit or for the owner's growth. So all of it, what is going to happen, because the rate of consumption will be more than 40 tons per hectare per year, then the animals or the cattle that are there, they will not able to graze that field, and will be more than the rate of generation. So this leads to the of the risk as well as the loss of their profit, because the milk production will be reduced if they will not graze that field. So as selfish stewards, each owner has another to their flock and the pasture. In between, somewhere we encounter a tipping point where the rate of generation and rate of consumption was equal. But if the rate of consumption is going to be greater than the rate of consumption, this leads to the unsustainability, or the resources will not be sustainable. So if all owners follow this pattern, the commons will ultimately be destroyed. So this is the tragedy of commons. A small example about the fields that are there around the villages in earlier days. Now they are less resources for the grazing field. So we have to understand this rate of generation, that is the rate of the biomass or the grass, which is the kilograms of biomass, or the in terms of tons or per meter or per meter square per year. So this is the rate of generation, and also to consume these resources in the same unit. For sustainability, we have to maintain the conditions. This rate of generation will be greater than the rate of consumption. So only then it will be sustainable for our future generation. So otherwise, we'll reach at some point about the tipping point, and ultimately leads to unsustainability if the rate of consumption will be greater than the rate of generation. So here we can say that as a result, the commons were overgrazed and degenerated to the point that they were no longer able to support the villagers' cattle. This failure of owner of these private lands to preserve the natural resources known as the registry of commons, because that was not owned by anyone but is used by anyone in the small amount, and that small amount is cumulatively affect that particularly grazing land and destroyed that resources over a period of time. So common discussion where individuals acting in their own self-interest and overuse a shared resources, ultimately leading to its depletion, even though it is not in anyone's long-term interest. This is the definition by Gardin in 1968, long back 60 years ago. So we have discussed one interesting study about the grazing land. So the tragedy is going to happen if rate of consumption greater than the rate of generation. This means we can change the way we live by saving our natural resources even in the private term. If we are not going to do that, then ultimately will lead towards the unsustainability and the deterioration of the all the natural resources that are there in the earth and which surrounds us. So why the density of commons is a sustainability problem? Because the resources regenerate slowly, which is having up 20 to 40 tons per hectare per year. Consumption grows faster than the replenishment is not grown as much as faster that is it consumed. No single user feels responsive because everyone was saying that our cattle or our animal is graze only a small field. It will not impact it much, but cumulatively it affects the whole uh, field. That uh, damage is distributed, it is personal. Because once they are earning the profit, their profit is personal or individual on the individual basis, but the damage is spread over the over the farmers because that field is not owned by anyone. So now we will discuss more example about the plastic waste. What we have done with plastic. One in long back when the plastic was invented. So the plastic inventions leads towards the benefit of people think that it will be beneficial in the future without thinking that it will deter our resources like the rivers or like the land. Nowadays we used to free where here and there the type of plastic bottles, plastic bags, etc. that they are there. So plastic generation is more and it not recovered fully. There is a gap between plastic recovery and the plastic generation. So scenario, each product uses a little plastic, like grazing of the field, that every animal is grazing only small field. So we are saying that we are only using a very small piece of plastic. So individually it is negligible, but collectively it is catastrophic because uh, we found around us that there are a lot of plastic waste is lying. So design failure, no accountability for the end of life, linear use and dispose thing. So once it was invented, no one think about that where it will go once its purpose is going to be fulfilled. So this leads to the design failure. So plastic waste in metropolis cities in India. So we can have a look at this scenario that the Delhi is at the top, then followed by the Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai. These are the few figures, maybe of this data is maybe a little bit older, not more, maybe about 2022 or 2023. But so, so you can see that there is a 60% of this plastic waste is collected, and the rest 40% of plastic waste is not collected and disturbed every here and there. So now about the digital commons. So in these days, because it's a digital era, everyone use the internet bandwidth for surfing on the Google and Yahoo. Then we used to videos on YouTube and Instagram, other resources. Then the server energy that you store that particular data, like images that we used to save in our mobile phones, and we used to upload it on the Google Drive. That is used to store some, and for storing that data, we used to consume energy. So cognitive load. So we used to watch these movies and other content. It also causes the cognitive load on our eyes and on our mental health. So what these videos or these content do to us, they grab our attention. So human attention and mental well-being scenario, each app wants a few more minutes, like I think all of you are aware from your now used to watch the videos on YouTube, Instagram, and the other social platforms these days, and you get stick to that screen, and every wants just few minutes, few more minutes. So we used to scroll. You used to scroll every night. That videos, notifications, collective out, but addiction. So this ratio of common is here because spent particular time for the generation of something new, for innovative idea or something else, but these screens used to take our attention and want few more minutes every time. So ratio of commons is individuality. So like we are using these mobile things or these social media platforms. So we used to think that my impact is very small. It is not going back much. Scale is, but we the people that lives our planet is about 8 billion in these days, and let's say about 50% of those population is using that platform. So cumulative effect is quite catastrophic that we cannot imagine. I'm just one user. Yeah, we used to think that like that. I am just a single user for this time, but millions and the billions behave in same way. So don't think about this, and activity impacts our attentions and the resources that are there. So few glimpses of data and the user stories. A personal website which is about 190, which used to store about 190 gigabytes of data, consumes about 19 kilowatt hours of electricity, which causes about 9 kilograms of emissions annually. So this emission is something like that. If you are using your petrol car, you ride for about 35 kilometers. This is for 190 GB, and so you think about there are millions of websites which is having this much of data that is stored there, and they used to consume this type of energy. Yeah? So, and there's one more thing that I want to focus on. The Google Drive storage. We used to store some data on Google Drive so that we can access it from anywhere. So about 58 gigabytes of data consumes or generates about 2.75 kilograms of CO2 to sustainability. Instagram photos and videos, 20 GB of this on social media platforms causes about 2 kilograms of CO2 emissions per year. Also, the YouTube content, about 45 or the 43 gigabytes of this YouTube content we used to consume in only just maybe few days. Like we used to get 2.5 GB per day, every month. So this 40 GB we used to spend about 14 or 15 days, and this consumes about this generates 2 kilograms of emissions here. So thing that we have discussed over here is about carbon emissions, or the CO2 emission, which is one of the impactful gas that deteriorates our environment and causes the environmental pollution, air pollution. So you might have heard that the pollution index or AQI about 400 AQI in Delhi or some other regions. This is due to this carbon. We don't think about that. We always think about the digital platform that it is not going to add much carbon emissions our environment. But here you can think that in 15 or 20 days we used to add 2 kilograms of CO2 per year. And okay, now we are moves to the sustainability, meeting the present needs of today's population without compromising the needs of future generation. This is a very simple and basic definition for the sustainability for you students. So there are some standards about this sustainability that is C. C means the society, an extended social group that where we used to live, where it's a different culture and economic organization, then the environment, combination of all things which comprises of our natural resources like river, the ocean, the air, the land, and the other organisms that are there. Then the economy, which focuses on the production, consumption, and the distribution. So for sustainability, we have to keep these three things. See what the see describe itself that for the sustainability, we have to focus on this society, environment, and economy while we are going to produce some things or some goods or the products or the interior or whether we are designing interior or the furniture, etc. So now come to the sustainable development. We are going to discuss about the few sustainable development goals that are important for us as a designer. So development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. This definition is given by the United Nations in 1987 about the sustainable development. So we have to focus on today's or the present needs as well as on the we have to think about the future generation, how they are going to use that resources if we are consuming at the pace at which we are exploiting the resources in these days. So our future generation, maybe 3 or 4 generation ago, maybe you can say the 70 or 100 years ago, they will be available with less as we have today. So now come to the eco design. So the trendy today green, we recycle our bottles and cans, buy fuel efficient cars, and use energy saving light bulbs in our homes, etc. But there's what more we can do. This not only consequences but also on focuses on its manufacturing and the disposal. So for the production of these plastics or other products, we can use renewable energy like the energy that is generated by the solar energy or the biomass energy or the wind energy, the power energy generated by hydropower plants, etc. So we can use the particular type of energy which causes either the no pollution or the less pollution as compared to the thermal power plants which is using the coal or the other gas for the production of energy. So eco design means taking the environmental impact of a product or service into the account or the whole of its life cycle in relation with the environmental aspect. It also involves designing or redesigning products, services, or process to avoid repair damage to the environment, society, and the economy. So everywhere when you are going to discuss with the sustainability, you are going to find the word C, that is society, economy, and the environment. This is important thing. So that is the reason why in today's world we are focusing on the electric vehicles, because the energy for charging them we can generate by the solar energy, which less pollution emit as to the other sources of energy. So for as we have discussed about the eco design, so product life cycle is discussing about raw material extraction. Then this is going to discuss about product design, how it is going to be designed, then the manufacturing and assembly, the methods or the resources or the energy consumption that is there, use and servicing, and how it is disposed and recycling, like the plastic bags, the plastic waste that I think every one of us at some point of time you have used plastic bottles for the drinking while we are traveling from one place to other place. We used to buy a plastic bottle of 20 rupees and we used to throw it in the dustbin, or we used to left it in the transportation means, etc. So that is going to add more carbon emission to the environment and causing the unsustainability, because our environment can accommodate a particular amount of carbon emission or CO2 the terrestrial commons, like the place can accommodate only few kettles so that the sustainability can be meant. So similarly here, the environment or our air that can accommodate a particular amount of CO2 emission, and after that it is going to be polluting for everyone, not for the single one. So decision made during the designing of a product impact all subsequent phases of the product life, like the design, manufacturing, assembly, use, cleaning and services, recycling and disposal. Like the bottles or the plastic waste that is generated today is only 60% of that waste is collected and recycled. Only a few parts, like about 10 to 20 parts, 20% of that collected waste is recycled, and the rest we use to uh, for the filling of dumping site or etc. So we have to think about these things, that is raw material extraction, what are the processes that we are going to use, how we are going to design our product, whether some parts replaceable or can we recycle it, then how we are going to assemble it, whether permanent joints or whether the temporary joints, so whether it is a modular type or etc. So principle of eco design, ensuring that products use fewer resources when used in custom, ensuring that products cause less waste and the pollution when is in use life, optimizing the function of products and ensuring the most suitable services of the life. And this also have to focus on reducing and optimizing the packaging. Yeah, in these days, every one of you are in the plastic and pollution. Like simple, you can take a milk packet or the snack, the packets that used to contain the snacks for us, like some namkeens or some cheese, etc. And so these things we have to be considered for the designing of the products or the interior. Selection of raw materials, select materials from sustainable sources, like in furniture particularly, or in interior design, we used to implement or employ the method that is made up of or which are generated from the trees. But one important thing about the trees are that they used to emit, or they used to absorb the carbon emission or that is generated by the other sources. They used to absorb a carbon emission for CO2 of about 25 kilograms per year. So in whole life, particular tree absorbs about 500 kilograms of CO2 emissions. And when we used to cut this for our furniture and other things, that emission or the 500 kilograms of emission is for a single year, about 25 kilograms of emission is that not going to be absorbed by that particular tree, because the man has cut that tree for our personal gain. So local components and raw material. So for the one alternative of that tree can be the bamboo, which we can use, or some other material that we can regrow at a much faster rate than the trees and the other things. So select in-house and local components and raw materials. Improving raw materials and components from overseas significantly contributes to a product's environmental impact through the emission of harmful greenhouse gases like the CO2, methane, etc. In the material selection, design using a minimum of material. Often you can reduce material by critically looking at dimensions, required strength, and production techniques. This can be reduced, or the minimum use of material can be done after optimizing the design. When you are a designer, so you have to design in such a way that it will not use the huge material, and the material requirement will be reduced. So you use recycled material. Do not only make your product recycled materials can as much as possible. So if any one of you have been to rock garden in Czech, that is one of the best examples. They have utilized the resources that were not recyclable, and they have used it making of the card. Also, there is one case study about the eco helmet. They have or the engineers or the scientists have developed one eco helmet, which is made up of just recycle or the waste. You can see the waste pages that we use to in our data. Waste paper particularly, they use a honeycomb structure. They have designed this in a honeycomb structure, can sustain more weight and which can sustain more force and can handle large stress and etc. So we can think like this type of ideas, and we can produce more products like that. Supply chain decisions. This can also be influenced through the supply chain. For example, selection of local suppliers to avoid pollution caused from the transportation of metals. Like if there is locally available transportation means available in your area, so there's no need to call the things from the city or the other places. Selection of suppliers which produces with lowest carbon footprint. This is one of the important thing in today's world. Because the EVs or the electric vehicles or electric trucks or the e-rickshaws, they used to produce less carbon footprint in their operating life. So they can be used for the transport, asking suppliers for more recycled content in the materials purchased. So you can take an example of Lenskart or the other brands, Nike, etc. Now they are using the recycled plastics that is collected from the oceans in their products for making the soles of the shoes and the frame of the, you can see the specs, etc. Design for recyclability. Consider the recyclability of the materials from which the product or packaging is made. So minimize different types of materials used. So we have to think about the recyclable packaging. If possible, move to a single material product. Carefully consider techniques, for example, moving from screw to snap clips, which we can connect easily, and this is the amount of time it takes to dismantle the product, and they could also be made from the same material. One idea you can think about the IKEA. They say one furniture brand, IKEA. They used to supply the furniture in a ready to assemble manner, so that the space required and takes less packaging material. So you have to think in a holistic manner that from the raw material extraction, then the its manufacturing, processing, then the packing, then how it is going to be used for the eco design, or you can say the sustainability. So design for transport efficiency, can be packaged, can the packaging be designed so that more products onto the pallet? Yeah. IKEA is one of the best example of this. Can it be designed to lock or stack in a different way to allow more products, like the trays or the carrot which used to carry the vegetables and other things, are stacked one over the other. So this reduces the space requirement in the transportation means. Can self-ready packaging be introduced, thus eliminating the need for secondary and transit packaging? So this is one of the important aspects where you can focus in designing. Design for the concentration, like the Lysol and other things, or the hand sanitizer, if they can be packed in a concentrated amount, and the other solvent like the water can be add or can be mixed with them for the use. They have to be designed in the concentrated manner, and can be used by the consumer or the users by themselves. This results in smaller and cheaper packaging, lower transport and storage cost, and sometimes a longer lifespan of the product. So this is how you can implement the sustainability, or how you can incorporate sustainability, and which also impacts the lower emissions in transportation, in making the products that are concentrated, etc. So now I'm going to discuss about the sustainable development goals. There are total 17 development goals that are decided by the United Nations in 2015 and 16, and they used to focus on different areas. Like first goal is used on the no poverty, zero hunger. So for us as a design or the engineers, we have to focus on the clean water and the sanitations, affordable and clean energy. Then we have to focus on the industry innovation and infrastructure for the sustainability. Then we can focus on the responsible consumption and the production, the 12th sustainable development goals. We can focus on the sustainable cities and the communities, and also we can directly and indirectly impact the climate action, and we can take participate in by using the products or by manufacturing the products or by designing the products in such a way that they use to cause less emissions than the other resources. So thank you for today's sessions, and now the floor is open for the question and answer session.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chandar Mohan. And now I would request to our admission nominee, Mr. Ashish Kumar Sharma, to be on the screen. Over to you, Mr. Ashish Kumar Sharma.
Thank you, Dalwinder. Thank you, Dr. Mohan. Thank you for making things understand. So, first of all, I would like to share my screen, and please confirm whether my screen is visible. Is it visible?
Yes, the screen is visible. You can go.
Right. So, first of all, I would like to ask a question from you people, how to select a university. See, Dr. Chandra Mohan have guided you very well that how you can proceed further in this genre if you want to make your future better in this genre, how you can pursue and what the things you can learn from an institution. $1 million question that how to select a university, right? So let me tell you how to select a university. Wherever you are looking for this program, just check these things. Whether the institutions has accreditations, approvals, do they provide placements, do they provide industry interactions, which is very important nowadays to get one from street people. Do they have better rankings? Do they have any college in their back? Do they provide any study abroad options, whether it is exposure, whether it is semester exchange? Do they provide dynamic curriculum? Do they provide extracurricular support to you along with your curriculum, which is a very important and immense part of your upbringing and your upskills, right? So do they provide exposure to you or not? So these are the basic things which you need to check, and most importantly, which is going to impact the pockets of your parents and certainly going to make the decision. This is scholarships, right? So let us proceed further. I'm going to flaunt this over here. Why? Because we have got NAC A++ grade. This is highest NAC grade, and with the score of 3.68 on the scale of 4. And with this, we are the #1 among all the private universities to get this score. And due to this, we have also bagged the #1 category with the grant of graded autonomy by UGC due to this. Few other accreditations are there for culture, then DEB, then NAC, NCTE, Pharmacy Council of India, Council of Architecture, Bar Council of India, EPI, and PSCAE. This is again for the agriculture. We are providing numerous placements, but the thing you need to know is we are bringing 2,100 plus recruiters to help in the area. This is a star placement. Though this is a star placement, there are many stars we are producing in the lovely professional university. Like this. Few more, and so on. So let's coming to industry immersion. We are into the practice of making you people learn through industry immersion. So industry people are coming to the university, they are teaching you, they are guiding you, you are going to the university, you are learning, and we are having one more term, earn and learn, right? So earn while you learn. While you're learning the curriculum, while you're learning through your degrees, you can also earn for you to making file, and which is a very important aspect in the design domain, right? So industry immersion is simply operating with the industry people on various forums for the growth of our own students, right? Well, Ministry of Education, Government of India have ranked us 31 among all the government and private universities. NIRF ranking, we are on the 31st spot right now. World University ranking, we are on the 5th spot in the India among all the government universities, IITs and private institutions. We are even ahead of few very prominent universities like Jawaharlal Nehru University, University of Delhi, VIT University, SRM University of Science and Technology. So we are also providing study abroad options. In this, you can have international exposure. You can have the opportunity to study abroad for a semester, which is called semester exchange. These are the few students who have gone across the world for study. We are providing very dynamic curriculum. So it is tree-ready curriculum. Whatever you are studying is going to be a demand in the coming future, right? So it is not the way we are teaching way back we were teaching in 2010 or 2015 or 2020. It is a dynamic and an updated curriculum, which is going to be a future of the world design. It is very flexible. We are providing various pathways to for your prospective career and outcome-based curriculum, industry-focused curriculum. It is a technology-driven curriculum as well. We are also providing specializations, majors, interdisciplinary minors. For example, you are studying in a design, but you want to learn photography along with it, you can pursue with interdisciplinary minor as a photography. Research-oriented curriculum is their professional development you can attain, and of course, you can become a norm. Extra curriculum is very important. Why am this? Because one is curriculum, one is co-curriculum, and extra curriculum. So amalgamation of all these three things can bring inclusive growth in your profile. And today's world, what it requires an inclusive growth. So now this is a matter of proud, and you will certainly proud when I'll tell you about this, when I'll brief you about this. In Paris Olympics 2024, in the contingent of Indian players, 24 players were from LPU only. That means LPU's 24 students were participating in the Paris Olympics 2024, and this is a great achievement for India, for Punjab, for lovely professional university. In the team of 11, 8 LPU students were there in the hockey team and won bronze. India wins second Olympic and were participating in the team. Our 8 students were in the team. Few other achievements. Neeraj Punia is our alumni. Then Mr. Chopra is our alumni. Further exposure things we have at Coke Studio like events in the university and continuing with it. If I talk about it, so you must search it on Google that what Indian Science Congress is. Since 1913, we are witnessing regularly Indian Science Congress every year, right? So in 106th Indian Science Congress, which was a focal theme on future India science and technology, we have had here in the university camp, Honorable Prime Minister of India, he had inaugurated this event. The then Finance Minister, Shri Arun Jaitley, he was here in the campus for LPU Startup School. So we are also in the practice of making entrepreneurs. The two honorable presidents of the countries, Shri Hamid Karzai, he was a president of Afghanistan, and Shri Pranab Mukherjee, he was the president of India. They were here in the campus for one of the convocations. His Holiness Dalai Lama Ji, and of course they do come, but to share their lifetime experiences, not just, but to share their lifetime experiences. They also make you learn from MS Dhoni, Gohar Gopal Das, Akshay, Jacqueline. This is one of the colleges where we have registered ourselves in the World Guinness record. Few other celebrities. Now, as I've told you, the holistic development, inclusive growth, it sets your priority right with academics, exposure, and extracurriculum activities. Infrastructure. Infrastructure just simply doesn't mean the bricks and the walls and the buildings, but it reflects an aura of the university or of the campus. So we are a lush green campus, and we have secured 7th position in India in the terms of Go Green, Go Clean, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. We are doing it marvelously. This is a night view. We have 50 hospitals inside the university campus. We are always ready for the contingencies. World-class gymnasium, world-class IT infrastructure, world-class libraries, multi-story libraries are available in each block. There is a shopping mall where you can meet all your need inside the campus only. Auditorium of 2,005 capacity. This is an indoor sports complex where we prepare our persons, where we prepare our students to take part in Olympics, where Olympians. You name a sport, and we do have it here at University Camp. Badminton, basketball, even the shooting ranges are there. Swimming, and of course, residential services. It is a home-like residential services away from your home. Fully safe, fully secure, ragging-free campus in lovely professional university. So, to take lovely professional university, you'll have to qualify one exam, LPU Nest, entrance and score. Now you'll ask a question that why should I take this LPU Nest exam? So this is the reason. Give it to the world-class university. It can provide you the scholarship in each semester. Once a scholarship will be conferred to you, it will remain same till the last semester, right? So it will be your achievement. It will be your academically excellence award in the terms of scholarship which you have in each semester. This LP Nest can give you a study grant as well. If you are proving us that yes, I am a man, I am a child, I am a candidate who deserves more than LPU, we would recommend you to go there. We will respect your academic excellence, and we will give you study grant of rupees 1 lakh. How it is possible? Let me explain you. If you are taking LPNS exam and on the contrary, you are taking CD and you are able to fetch your admission in any NID right? So you are producing your admission to us that I am going to get admission in NID and NIFT, and on the contrary, I have qualified your LPNest and I was in the I was fulfilling all the terms and conditions of study grant. We will give you study grant in spite of the fact you are not studying in LPE. Right. So more scholarships are there on the basis of national test, basis of innovation, startup entrepreneurship, sports and culture, R&D, social services, bravery awards, boat toppers. If you are a boat topper, you can have a scholarship. If you are a ward of any defense personnel, defense personnel means Indian Air Force, Indian Navy, or you're a wardee CAPF personnel, you have a scholarship. If you are a ward of teacher, if your parents, either of your parents are from teaching fraternity, you can have a scholarship. Unfortunately, if you are an orphan, you can have a scholarship. If you are from economically weaker section, you can have a certain scholarship with terms and conditions applied. If you are a single girl child, you can have a scholarship. If your mother is raising you single-handedly, you can have a scholarship. If you are actually able, you can have a scholarship. So let me take you to the website. Just let me know whether my screen is visible or not.
Yes.
Dalwinder, please confirm I'm sharing
Yes,
my
please share. The screen is not visible. Yes, share the screen, please.
So here it is, LPU's website. lpu.in is the URL. You can apply from this tab, right? So once you click on this, a tab will be open where you need to fill your name, your email ID, your mobile number, correct mobile number, on which you will get an OTP. You can mention your state, city, your qualification, your previous qualification. For example, if you are searching for B design, interior and furniture, your qualification must be 12th class. So you can fill 12th class over here and discipline interested in design. So from this tab, you can apply. And in design, interior and furniture, we are providing two courses. We are providing two programs. One is BSc Interior and Future Design, and another one is B Design Interior and Future. The difference is BSc is of 3 years duration and B Design is of 4 years duration. Let us proceed with the B Design Interior and Furniture. Let me tell you about the eligibility criteria. It is a 4-year, 8 semesters degree program. Minimum 50 marks 12th class, and English must be studied with subject to the qualifying LPNist, or if you have qualified UC or UG NID or UG NIFT, then also you can have an entry to the lovely professional university, and you will be exempted from the LPNest exams if you score 90% or more marks in the qualifying exam. That is 12th class, right? So let me tell you about the scholarships. On the basis of LPNest, which I have told you about the entrance exam, I have told you about the scholarships which you are going to get in all the semesters. We are providing scholarships in the merits. So if you will be in the category cutoff B, then 30% scholarship will be conferred to you, and this will remain same in all the semesters. Similarly, if you will be among the students, those who are having category C cutoff, then you get 40% scholarship for each semester. If you'll be among category B cutoff, then 50% scholarship, and the topmost scholarship is 60%, which you can have with the condition if you will be among category A cutoff. So this is all about the scholarship. There are other scholarships as well, but I've already explained you previously. So if anyone is having any question, Darvinder, you can ask.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ashish Kumar Sharma. There's some questions from our participants. Can we take questions, Mr. Ashish and Dr. Chandramohan? Yes, thanks for giving me a chance to address your question. Now let's start with first question. Gaurav is here with us. Gaurav is asking, how can designers incorporate eco-friendly materials without compromising aesthetics and functionality? Dr. Chandramohan. Can you please unmute yourself, Dr. Chandramohan, first?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's a question for the designer here. So for the designer, first they have to think the design that they are going to make using the sketches, and then with the CAD design or some other tools like rendering, etc. And then in that design, they have to think about the material selection, what they are going to implement instead of the wood, like the teak wood or the other wood. They can go for some material that is made up of some material biomass based material, like that is made up of some simple rice straw and combination of rice straw or some recyclable paper. Yeah, they be combined and can be used in the composites, and then they can suggest that if we are going to use that material, this is going to impact our environment less, and it is going to consume less carbon in the process as compared to if we are going to use the simple tree that takes about 20 years of span to grow faster. But this rice straw and things, they took very little time to regrow, about 5 to 6 months. That is a general cycle. So a composite material that is made up of some recycled papers and this rice or wheat straw, we can suggest that.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chandramohan. Mr. Ashish, the bold question was, do you want LPU office details in your city? Can you please discuss about
Yes,
this?
this is a very
Office detail in your city.
important. We are operational in your cities. We are operational in your towns. Let me share my screen once again. I would want to show this to our viewers. See, on our website, this is a home page, and once you'll go to the about, very easily you can find the location of our officials in your city, LPU office in your city. We have 16 permanent offices across the country: Delhi, Assam, in Guwahati, Hamirpur, Himachal Pradesh, Hisar, Haryana, Telangana, Hyderabad, Jammu, in J&K, Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh, Kochi, Kota, Kozhikode, Lucknow, and so on. We are having 16 permanent offices, and you can have an option to search your own city as well. We are operational in Karma offices, means our team is moving from one place to another place as well. For example, if someone is from Andhra Pradesh, right? So we do have permanent offices in Andhra Pradesh, but you can have a moving team as well across the districts, various cities of the Andhra Pradesh. So these are the districts where our team is moving in Andhra Pradesh: Anantapur, Guntur, Kadapa, Kurnool, Nellore, Rajamundry, Tirupati, Vijayawada, and Visakhapatnam. For example, if you'll click on Nellore, so Mr. K. Sai Kumar Reddy is available, and the contact number is easily available. So the details are also reflecting on the website. From 4th to 6th May, he will be here in Nellore at this address: Dr. Uthama, Grand Trunk Road, Ramesh Reddy Nagar. Right. So this is the way where you how you can find our officials in your city only.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ashish Kumar Sharma. I hope everyone got the answer from our experts. So if anyone have any questions regarding the admission, they just write on us at admission@lpu.co.in, and you can do WhatsApp chat with us. Our WhatsApp number is 98525 Repeating the number, it's 98525 And once again, thanks to our experts, Dr. Chandramohan and Mr. Ashish Kumar. As we come to the end of this webinar, I want to express my deepest gratitude to our experts for sharing their valuable insights and expertise with us. If anyone wants to access this webinar again, they can visit our website, that is lpu.in, under admissions, then LPU Edu-Webinar. You will find the upcoming and past webinars in this page. And if anyone wants to access this webinar again, they can access on the YouTube. Stay connected with us for future webinars. Until we meet again, with the permission of my seniors, I will be signing off this. Take care and goodbye. Have a beautiful day.